Yep, I'm doing that. I'm that girl. I'm that girl. Can you hear? Okay. I didn't really worry about the volume, but I did worry about my mascara. That's smart, isn't it? Like you can tell. So, I'm showing up without makeup. Like none. Just got back from the gym. 200-day-old hair. God, I'm such a dork. I'm such a dork that I love it. I made a commitment. I made a commitment board last night. I was going to do it this morning, but I decided to do it last night. I wrote down everything that I wanted to commit to in the morning. So I wrote down taking a cold shower. Dumbest thing I ever committed to. Taking a cold shower every morning to wake me up. My commitment, my first commitment was to read my commitments. The entire purpose. My first commitment was to read every commitment. So I wrote down last night that I want to commit to reading my commitments, to committing to them when I read them. Like, this is it. This is what I'm committing to today. This is it. And so last night I actually came up with a new commitment, and I'll get into that. 2 new commitments. So, a little bit of backstory. This is day 11 of juicing. I recommitted to 100% juice 2 days ago. So, not even vegan, not even eating an apple if I'm hungry. And I figured out that when I think I'm hungry, I'm uncomfortable and stay in the room. Like Kelsey's calls that staying in the room. I call that holding space for myself, like witnessing what's coming up. And he's saying the same thing. I just cut out the middleman, which is the room. Just go deep. Figure out what it is that you're really wanting. And when you stay committed to something and you don't let go of that, you don't have a choice but to witness. Because no matter what excuse comes up, you have to do this thing because you committed to this thing. And that is saying yes to you. You committed. So commit and do it. And when it's uncomfortable, when you want to leave the room, stay. Stay and feel the discomfort. Oh, I love it. I'm so addicted to it, I can't stand it. I'm so addicted to it that I'm willing to get on this camera without makeup, and I really don't care what you think of what I look like. That's what is the most freeing thing in the entire world. And I experienced that freedom for the first time when I had to cut my damn hair off. I cut bangs first. I cut bangs. I will learn this. Don't judge me. I will learn this. Turn the notifications, everybody. Turn your phones on silent. And your laptops if you're a Mac owner. I'm going to put a Post-it note. Anyhow, I'll go back to the subject. So I got up this morning and I committed to 7 things. I committed to reading my commitment. I committed to doing a specific meditation, which when I realized how uncomfortable it made me to do that, I thought about what I wanted to laser focus on when it came to meditation, and I like hearing something that I can't figure out what it is. That's the kind of meditation I really like. Like if I think I hear music, like I will focus in on that so hard, and I'm like listening and I'm like, what is that I hear? And I'll listen and I'll hear a single voice in it. And I'll listen. And the music is so quiet that I don't even know that I'm actually hearing music outside of myself. I can't tell. And it's that quiet that I think I either have supersonic hearing and there's a party going on next door, or the shit's in my head. So sorry. It's in my head. So I just snorted on YouTube Live with nobody watching. And I love that. Okay, again, reboot. So I committed to reading my board, doing that meditation, which I did the meditation. I found what I wanted and I did it. Practicing a yoga sequence. This is something I've held a lot of shame around because I didn't buy my yoga program from the person I wanted to buy it from. I chose the program that I was comfortable with. I didn't choose me. I chose what I was comfortable with. And I chose a cheaper yoga program because I'm about to over-explain it. I don't need to. I told you too much backstory. So I've had this yoga program for 30 days and it's supposed to give me my certification. And I had 100 stories around that people would mock me, that they would say that I didn't really have to put in the work because it was online. I had 100 stories around it and it was so uncomfortable for me. I avoided doing yoga at all cost. I read every single one of the definitions inside there. Like, this course is no joke. It will take me more than 200 hours to get through it. Like, it's not a joke. But I made note cards. I made flashcards out of all the descriptions, out of how this pose works with this muscle. Like, I read all of it. I avoided doing the yoga at all costs. It was the most uncomfortable thing I could do. And so I said, what would be comfortable? That's the give out of the take. What would be comfortable to do? What are you willing to commit to today at this moment? And I said, I'll do a sequence. I will pull the sequences up because they give you sequences with like 10 poses or maybe 12 poses in them. Okay. I'm going to take one sequence and I'm going to do it 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 until I've done it so much that I don't have to think about it anymore, that I just get up and I do that sequence, that it becomes part of my personality. That yoga sequence becomes part of my personality, my personal reality. That was the game changer for me. I got up and I did that yoga sequence and it was so easy. It was so easy. And I realized, who do I become when every single one of the poses is not comfortable or not uncomfortable anymore? Who's that person that is not uncomfortable doing yoga? That is just part of her personality. Like, who's that? Who the F is that? That's what I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to find out who she is, because she doesn't worry about what anybody else thinks about yoga. Why in the world is she worried about what you think about her certification? She knows every pose. She knows how to get into every pose. I don't have to be perfect at it, because every single day I will continue to do that. And I will continue to get better. And I will continue to get better. I will stay laser focused on that yoga. That's what's happening to me. I've become obsessed with committing to things. Crazy obsessed. Crazy obsessed to focusing on something that's uncomfortable so intently that it's no longer uncomfortable. That is the greatest feeling in the entire universe. Go into a greater feeling. That's where confidence comes from. That's courage. Courage. Having the courage to do something that's uncomfortable, regardless of what you think the story is going to be. Because once you've done it, that's faith. You do it because you have faith. You have courage that no matter how bad this feels in this moment, it's faith. So much. So, one of the things that happened last night was I went to go lay down in bed around a little after 9, and I couldn't fall asleep, and all of a sudden I had an idea. And I got up and I got the paper. My idea is pretty ridiculous. And then I tried to go back to bed, and I had another idea. And then I got up, and wrote that down, went back to bed, and had another idea. I have now dropped the pillow on the dog. I've dropped a bottle of essential oils on the dog. The dog is pissed. And I have decided now just get up and turn the light on and make a commitment every night to writing until you're tired. Allow the ideas to come through. Quit resisting them. So here's the big reveal. I am committed to holding space for people to the detriment of everyone else in the entire universe for the betterment of the entire universe. I will hold space like a mug, like a mother, whatever you want to call it. Pick a slang term, throw it in there. I will hold space. I don't care how uncomfortable the conversation is. If you want to call me and tell me I'm a white privileged bitch, I want you to pick up the phone and call me 601-573-2633 and call me and tell me that. And I'm going to hold space for you because it's not about me. And I'm excited to hear your story because by me focusing on you and holding space for you, you'll tell me exactly who you are. And it's fucking beautiful. It's amazing. It's absolutely perfect. I'm going to put a link down here to a place where you can set up an appointment. There's no cost. I'm going to hold space for people until I am no longer uncomfortable charging people for holding space. That's how long, and I'm going to continue to do it until the day I decide I want to charge. There's not a deadline for this. I want to hold space for you. I want to hear your story. I want to hear the most uncomfortable thought that you have. If somebody flipped you off today and it hurt you so bad, I want you to call and tell me. If your child got an award for participating and it pissed you off, I want you to call and tell me. If a police officer profiled you, I want you to call and tell me. If the United States government stole your land and threw out the treaty, call me and tell me. I'm going to hold space for you. I want you to help me practice holding space. And I'm not putting a limit out there. One time per person. I mean, come on. Y'all will kill me. I'll be on the phone 24/7. This is what I'm going to ask of you in return. The only commitment you have to make, and you will have to make it in writing, is that the minute you're done, you get out your phone, you hit the camera, you hit record, and you say the first thing that comes to your mind. And I want a minimum of 2 minutes of the first thing that comes to your mind. That's what I want in exchange. And I will never charge you a penny. I just want to, that's what I need to grow. You tell me exactly, like, this lady is a crackhead. I don't care. I don't care if you call me the next Oprah or if you call me the next Hitler. I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me. The only time I'm ever going to share it is if I feel like somebody needs to hear your story. That's it. I'll ask you if I can share it if I feel like the world needs to hear your story, because I'm never going to tell your story. I'm going to tell people to come hear your story. I want to hold space for you. I want to be so good at it. And I'm putting this out into the universe. And I want you to call me so that I can hold space for you. Thank you. Share it. Share it and make fun of me. I'm serious. Share it. Share it and tell people this psycho lady put on mascara. She ain't a makeup artist. She's in an old Miss t-shirt. She's got 200-day-old hair. do it. God, I can't wait to see who I become at the end of this. I can't wait to see who you are. I want to have the most uncomfortable conversations in the entire universe. And I want people to get on here live. And I want people to, I want to hold freaking massive space for people. This is what I want to do. So if you would like for me to hold space for you, I'll put a link down here. Okay. And remember, I don't edit these videos. They are as raw and vulnerable. And that's what I want in return from you. When I hold space for you, you hang up the phone, you click camera, and I want you to commit to the detriment of everyone else for the betterment of everyone else. Those are the kind of people that get to be philanthropists. Those are the kind of people that get to be missionaries. Those are the kind of people that get to be of service. I want to be somebody that gets to do that. I want to be somebody that gets to make the world a better place for the next generation. And I'm willing to practice what I want to do until I'm so good at it that I'm teaching others. And we're teaching each other to share space. What a cuckoo idea. Please make fun of me. Share if you want to see how tomorrow goes. Subscribe. I'll tell you. Until then, peace, love, and peanut butter.